Good evening, everyone. Welcome to PrepBee and in our series Charcha-E-Bschool. Today, I'm honored to have Arpit Pandey with me. He is from IMT DCP. No, he's from IMT Ghaziabad, the main campus. Just kidding. Hi, Arpit. How are you?
I'm good, Tanmay. Thank you for the warm welcome, and it's good to see you in person for the first time. And yeah, I'm excited for the session.
Yes. Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks a lot for joining in. I know you started working.
Yes, I've already joined. Like I joined my firm in April, like the first week of April itself. So it's been quite some time.
Mhm. Mhm. So I'll just start out with the agenda. I'll be asking you some basic questions that will cover majority of the questions. This is a live session, but the main purpose of the session is to help someone who is converted IMT Ghaziabad and the campuses, and it will help them to get the basic idea. Apart from that, we'll take in the doubts at the end, so people can write their doubts. Especially Shishir. Shishir is a friend of mine who has got, he's really curious to know about things about IMT. So I hope there are some questions there at the end and we can clear it then. Okay, so let's start. Can you just give a brief introduction about yourself? Where are you working and about your profile and everything?
So as you can read, my name is Arpit Pandey, and I'm currently working as a senior executive at Q60 Corporation, which is an American firm, and my base location as of now is Gurgaon. Prior to this, I completed my MBA from IMT Ghaziabad, like this year itself, and my program was PGDM Core, which later got converted to PGDM Marketing. And like prior to doing MBA from IMT Ghaziabad, I have worked in TCS as a system engineer for around 3 years. And before that, I completed engineering from IMS Engineering College Ghaziabad. So, like this is just a brief about myself and where I work. And yes, the company that I'm working in right now is where I completed my internship as well.
Okay. So guys, he's a PPO holder. So anyone who's eyeing in PPO, listen to his words. So all in हमेशा से गाजियाबाद में ही. Graduation from Ghaziabad, then a master's in IMT Ghaziabad. And where's the work location?
Yeah. So, like the current work location is Gurgaon, but then when I worked in TCS, the work location was Indore. But then it was COVID period, so like more or less, I spent most of the time at my home itself. So yeah,
So
Ghaziabad is
have
like
you been to Indore?
second home. I'm sorry, can you repeat?
I get it. Have you been to Indore? Have you
Yes,
been
I
to
was
Indore?
there in Indore for nine. Yes, I was there in Indore for 9 months. For the first 9 months, 9 months I was there in Indore, and then COVID struck, and I was like, I had to move.
Even I'm from Indore, so I very good city to settle in, work in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I completely agree. It's the most beautiful city in India that I have ever witnessed. Wonderful.
that is true. So as you told me, you did your graduate like you PGDM. You were mastering in masters. You were mastering in marketing. I mean marketing. You
Yeah,
had
yeah,
your
yeah.
as in
Yeah, my majors was marketing. So my program
okay.
was PGDM full time, and there we have the flexibility of choosing the specialization. And I opted for marketing.
Okay, so I had this question later on, but then you have told about it. So how is it like there? How many programs are there in the for the campus? Like I've heard about core, finance, marketing, BFSI, DCP. So can you give a brief about all of these programs?
Yeah. So when I joined IMT Ghaziabad, so the options that I had was to choose either PGDM marketing, where you get to have your specialization marketing itself before joining the college. And then there were programs like PGDM finance, and then we had this PGDM full time, which is where you get the flexibility of choosing your program later on. So I was a part of PGDM full time cohort, and then I opted for PGDM marketing, as I mentioned already. Apart from that, we have PGDM BFSI, uh, and then we have PGDM, like the dual country program, which we refer to as DCP. So this includes all the programs that are there in IMT. And I'm specifically
Okay, so
like
when
talking about IMT Ghaziabad only.
Okay. So, for the Ghaziabad thing, as you told, there are four programs as in. So, how does the placement work there? As in, I've heard that there's an umbrella placement, so people from different courses can apply for the same companies that is visiting in the campus.
Yes, that is true. So, so a person who has opted for PGDM DCP, he or she actually spends an entire year in Dubai. But still, when it comes to final placements, they
Mm-hmm.
sit with us and they are eligible to apply in each and every company that visits the campus. So yeah, opportunity is there for everyone, regardless of their program. And then yes, the shortlisting is done on the basis of your entire profile and the program that you opted. So a company which is into finance and you have done PGDM finance, you'll definitely get a brownie point and you will be there. Like it is more likely for you to get shortlisted in a company that is looking for that role.
Okay. So, so and apart from the Dubai, like the thing that people are the DCB students are there in Dubai for a year, there is no distinction or there is no differences in terms of the final placements. All are giving the same kind of opportunities, regardless of what program they are from in Ghaziabad campus.
Yes, that is true. But then when it comes to internship, uh, the scenario
Mm-hmm.
is different. For final placement, everyone gets to like sit in the final placements. But for internships, the students who are in Dubai, they get the internship opportunities in Dubai itself. So that process
Okay.
for them is different from our processes, but the final
Mm-hmm.
placements are common.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the DCP thing. Uh, people usually don't opt in for that campus just because of the ROI thing. The fees is too much, and since they're coming back in India, so they are investing a lot there for a 1 year that in the Dubai thing, and then like how so like, can you give a brief about how you would have an interaction with your friends who are from the DCP campus? So can you tell us a bit about it?
So, like in my when I was in first year, for the first semester, I'm sorry, trimester, we had common classes for the students of ACP program, full-time program, marketing, finance, HR, operations. All of us used to sit in one class, and then we used to have our
Okay.
sessions. We used to interact together, and then the recruitment of club committees that happens. Uh, there, the processes were like happened for each and every student that was there in the campus, including the DCP student. But then after the first trimester, they went to Dubai, and from Dubai, interaction between us and them is limited. That is true. But then the curriculum is the same. As far as I know, they are taught the same subjects that we are taught, except that they have international business as their specialization. So there are subjects in their curriculum that include that. Other than that, like everything is the same, more or less. Everything is the same. They get the same opportunities. But then, yes, they have to pay a higher fees because they obviously have to live in Dubai. So the living
Right.
expense is different in Dubai, and the extra expenses that a student has, regardless of the city,
Right. Right.
uh, they are there. But then in Dubai, it's different. It's higher. It's definitely higher.
I agree to the point.
And
So
there is a sort of exposure. I'm sorry. Just a line.
yeah,
So
please.
there is a sort of exposure that is associated with Dubai. So a student who gets to live in Dubai, he or she gets a exposure. And if they are willing to pay the higher amount for that, then it's fine. And if that is too much for them, like for me, it was too much. And I got the opportunity to join full-time program. So I obviously chose that.
Right, right. Because people chip in from loans, and then there's already a huge amount of investment that will compound to a really great sum. So people would then prefer a program, a full-time program in India rather than going there. That is what is rational behind the majority of the students not opting for that program. Uh, okay, so there are three campuses in India: IMC Hyderabad, Nagpur, and Ghaziabad. So are the placements is there any way that the placements are interconnected for the three campuses, or they are solely different, a different place comp and a different authority for the placement?
As far as I know, uh, I'll be candid about this. The placement processes of all these three campuses are not interconnected as far as I know. The processes of IMT Ghaziabad, including DCP students, uh, had nothing to do with the placements of IMT Nagpur or Hyderabad. So that way,
Mhm.
like I would not compare the three campuses. They are entirely different leagues altogether.
Entirely different, yeah. So I like you've been very candid, and I would request, since we wanted someone who are passed out from the college, so that we can get two insights about the college and each and everything. So thank you for being very informal about all of these things. Okay, I'll just see someone wrote it down. Can you tell us about BFS program and MT? I'll talk about each and every program in detail with time. There are things about there are there are some scholarships that has been provided to the students who are getting in IMT. So what's the criteria? How much amount? And if you know, can you brief us about the same, about the scholarships for students?
So I'll talk about the ones that I know of. First is for female
Mm-hmm.
students. So like last year itself, this started. So if a student is female, they get a 25% discount on their uh, entire fee structure. So it's more affordable
Okay.
for a female student as compared to a male student. For us, the fees was
Mm-hmm.
19 lakh 53,000, and you can deduct 25% out of that to like reduce the fees of a female student who joined last year. In our batch,
Okay.
the scenario was different, but then last year it changed. And then apart from this, there is a scholarship for the top 20 percentile students. So when you get uh, a percentile in terms of academic performance, which is in the top
Mm-hmm.
20, you get a scholarship of 1 lakh. So these two scholarships I'm aware of. And apart from that, there may be
Top.
others, but I'm not aware of them.
Okay. So top 20 in terms of the top 20 students or top 20 percentage of
Percentile,
students?
percentile, percentile.
Okay. Okay.
So
Top
for
20.
example, if
Okay.
there
Got
are
it.
600 students, then 120 students will get that scholarship.
Okay. So if okay, talking about the batch size, why IMT has a huge batch size, especially Ghaziabad campus. Around about 800 of you, 800 of you passed out in 2024.
No, actually, as far as I know, in my batch, there were around 650 students. That includes
Okay.
DCP, full-time, BFS, all the specializations included. And then before my batch, if I remember correctly, there were 550 students, but now IMT is increasing their batch size for reasons best known to the management. But then, yes, this is the scenario like 800 to 900 students we expect to be arriving this year in the
Right.
college.
800 to 900. That is, and uh, to be candid about it and to be honest, I guess that is why the placements have taken a hit, since there are 800 students coming in, and it is not possible to provide too much good. IMT is a good campus, all of us know, and there are very good opportunities coming in the college. But it is sometimes unrealistic to place and provide a similar kind of opportunities to a cohort that is of around 800 to 900 students. If you agree or not agree to it.
So, like honestly, I beg to differ on this. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
from what I have seen happening in the market in the top B schools, including top IIMs, and then comparing the situation in I'm sorry, IMT, that has actually baffled me. I am actually a PPO holder. I have nothing to do with the final placements of my college, and I had like no involvement in that process. But then seeing my own peers getting placed timely and quickly as compared to other campuses, this was a remarkable achievement. Like when it comes to the placement department and the placement committee of IMT Ghaziabad, they did a remarkable job by placing a huge chunk of students at a very early stage, and then this has been the scenario in IMT, and then outside IMT, we know that the market has been really hit in the past 1 year. So yeah, there has been an impact. I would agree that the placements did take a toll, but then it was not as much as I would have expected. Because of the
Okay.
increase in the
So,
batch size, it was not there. What
mhm.
I expected, like the damage, that was not there. The department or the management was still able to get students placed. And when it comes to a handful of students being unplaced, that is there in every B school, that is there in IMT as well. But then, yes, compared
That
to
happens,
peer
I think.
colleges, IMT
Um,
has been remarkable.
mhm. So what you
And
mean
yes,
is that
this I am
it
saying as a
what I
student. This I'm just saying as a student. I have nothing to do with anything that IMT is doing. This is what I have witnessed being a student.
yes, yes. Yeah, I would like to clear it out. It is not his personal opinion, as in it is he's saying it as a student there, and he has nothing to do with the place com or anything related to it. He's just
Yeah.
helping out helping
I'm not
students.
getting any kind of
So
perk from IMT for saying this.
no perks from IMT, no perks from PrepBee. So it is just a
Yeah, agree.
volunteer thing from him. Is helping us out. Anyway, so what you mean is that whatever has been the effects on placement, it is due to the market just because of the recession has entered, and that has been a thing.
Hi, Arpit, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, Shishi.
I think Tanishk is having some network issues. So until then, probably you can take up some questions from the chat if it is possible.
Yes, yes, sure, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello. I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible.
Sorry for the delay. I didn't. It's very
No problem.
urgent call. Sorry for it. Yeah. So, as we were saying that it is due to the market recession, as each and every B school has been affected by it, and there are always a handful of people, like 4 5 people who remain unplaced not because of the college, just because they have been given plenty of opportunities. It's just them that they are not able to convert the final calls. I believe that is there with the IMT too, right?
Yes, yes. I'll just add on that
Mhm.
when I compare the placements of my batch with the batch prior to my batch, uh, the scenario has been different. But the thing is, that has been true for each and every B school. So it was not really because
Different
of
in
the
terms
batch.
different in terms of it has been better or it has worsened with the
Worsened,
breadth.
obviously worsened because of the market landscape and then like fragility in the market. It has worsened.
Mhm.
Uh, Not really worsened, but I would say delayed. The placements used to happen
Delayed.
like in the first week itself, majority of students used to get placed. That didn't happen this year. It took time. The placements took time.
So there have been rumors or talks that they are increasing their seats this year too. Is it true? And sorry, they are decreasing their seats this year, the number of seats. Do you have any idea about
If
it?
that is if that, see, I'm not aware of that, but if that is true, I would really welcome that. I'm really happy that they are decreasing the batch size.
Okay. Then how do you rate the SIP scenario of the college? SIPs?
S- Pretty competitive, very competitive. So
Mhm.
everyone gets ample opportunities. Everyone gets an SIP at IMT Ghaziabad, but it can be really, really, really competitive. The first few companies that come for a huge, how do I put it? Like that offer a huge stipend for the 2 months. Like a
Mhm.
company, Pernod Ricard, that offered 4 lakhs per month. I'm sorry, for the entire duration. For
Mhm.
that company, the scenario was very, very competitive. And then as time passes by, the competition gets reduced, and then
Okay.
everyone gets an SIP. End of the day, everyone gets placed in terms of the internship.
Just
But for the first
so
few
how many of
companies,
them are? Mhm.
I'm sorry,
It is just about how many of them are being paid, what roles are being offered. Like every student would get an SIP for sure.
yes, and the first month is very, very competitive. So a lot of students, including myself, like you get uh, shortlisted, you go for the process, you enter the first round, second round, and then you get to the final round, and then you are rejected, and then same process gets repeated every day or every week. So that can be tiring, but that is also a very learning experience for everyone that goes through that process. Because during your SIP processes, your like all your classes are there. You have your club committee recruitment. You try to take part in these case competitions. So all of that gets
Mhm.
compounded, and the scenario can be very hectic for students. But yes, everyone gets an SIP. That is for sure. Some people get into like their dream companies. Some people don't. Uh, and then some companies actually hire huge chunks of students. Like some company would come and then take 10 students together. Some company would come and take just one. So I'll repeat that company again. Pernod Ricard took just 2 students from our campus, and then the process was very, very hectic. And then so there was this big FMCG company that had a lot of students participate. We began with 100 students starting in the process, and then but like this is the scenario for every company. 100 or 200 students initially get shortlisted, and then only a handful of students convert the opportunity, 2 to 4 to 5. In the best case scenario, there would be 10 students. So yeah, this is the scenario of internship in IMT. And yes, that is true for other B schools too. I think we lost you again. It's
Yeah, I think his network is weak or something. I think we should start taking it out if that's okay with you.
yeah, I read this statement from Nitin. Uh, it's great that if they are doing this, then this is very good. I'm sure that the placements will improve if they reduce the batch size. Hostel life is great. I'll quickly answer this question. IMT's hostel life reminds me of the time when I was at your stage. I asked a couple of people who were doing MBA, like, define your MBA life in one sentence. And they would say, best 2 years of my life. So this is what I would reiterate at the end of my MBA. MBA was like the time of MBA was the best 2 years of my life. So the hostel life is awesome. You get to do everything. You get to experience a lot of new things like that you never have experienced, that you'll never get to know if you don't do an MBA. So the hostel life is great. To emphasize, there are a lot of parties. You get to meet new people. You get to work in groups. They deliberately make you work in groups, so you get to know more and more people every term. and then group projects, club committee related work, everything is awesome. Boys
Uh,
campus being said
so Arpit,
from main campus, that is, yeah.
yeah, someone has asked that same question that like for boys, there's a different hostel, right? It's just little far, not far, but nearby to the main campus. So, can you share more details about that if possible?
So there's a specific building in IMT called K Block, which is a dream hostel for all the boys. And I'm lucky enough to spend both of my years there in K Block only. But yeah, there are a handful of students that have to be kept in a separate uh, campus because there is not enough space. But then that is true only for first year. When you join your second year, you'll only be there in the campus only. So the disadvantage is not there. And then if you want to spend time in your campus, you want to stay till 3 a.m., 1 a.m., 5 a.m. There are buses from the campus itself every hour. So there is no problem of commuting to and fro from the campuses. Every hour you get to commute for free between the campuses. And in my opinion, that is actually an advantage. You get to spend some time all by yourself because that campus is entirely empty. There are very few students there. So IMT life can be at times like you get to meet a lot of people. For some people, like introverts, that includes me, it can be overwhelming. So when you get to spend time in that campus, it can be a relief. So like it has its advantages and disadvantages, yes. But yes, if you are lucky, you will get to spend both of your years in the main campus. Certifications help improve CV. That will depend on the role that you want to go for. So, for example, if you want to go for a role of product manager, you complete courses related to product management, and then you can add that in your CV. You do some sort of online internship, and then you can add it in your CV. And if you are into digital marketing, you can complete digital marketing certifications from Udemy, Coursera. When you join IMT, you get these courses for free. So you'll get opportunity to do those courses on your own. In second year, all boys stay at the main campus. Yes, that is true. A little out of context. The gym. So when I joined IMT first year, the gym was pathetic. There were very few equipments and there was no pull-up bar. I used to do pull-ups at the football ground, but now the gym has been revamped. It is it is great now. They have all the equipment you need, including uh, like everything that is there in a basic gym. Everything is there.
Hey, Arpit, hello.
Yeah, hi, uh, Tanishk. We missed you.
Yeah, there have been issues some from the cloud server and everything. I have to join in from my phone. So thank you for taking in the doubts till then. So I'll continue with it. Uh, so I wanted to talk about the campus since we have gotten fair idea about the SIP and everything. Can you tell us campus है कैसा? How big it is? Residential program कैसा है? How does people? What are things that we can do? मतलब give us a overview about the campus.
So the campus honestly is smaller than what I would want to have in my like any college that I would want to join. But then it has all the facilities that anyone would need in a campus. There is an academic block that has every facility that a student would need. That includes huge classes, theater style classes where you have projectors, you have green boards, you have all the basic necessities that are there. Apart from that, we have an amphitheater, which is the place where we conduct a lot of activities. We have a huge football ground, and then attached to that is a cricket ground sort of there. Then there is a basketball ground. There are around 6 to 7 hostels, and then there is this uh, huge mess. And on top of the mess, we have the mess is huge. It can accommodate the entire batch at the same time. It's huge. And then on top of that, we have a new auditorium, which is huge as well. It can accommodate around 700 to 800 people
Okay.
at the same time. And then what else? It is beautiful. It is very
A
green,
green
lushy
cap.
green. Yeah, if you randomly walk somewhere, there is a high chance that you'll never face on the paths. You'll not face the sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
So in the scorching heat of summers, you'll not have to face uh, the sun when you have to commute between your hostel and your classes. And then
Got it,
and
got
there's a huge basketball ground as well.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, it's like every other campus, but then it is very beautiful. The library is
Mm-hmm.
massive, it's huge. If you are very lucky, then you will be able to get to read the names of 0.01% of the books. It's massive. The library is massive. We have a lot of
Okay.
digital resources in our campus that includes uh, like all the research tools that are there. You can just get into the library and then use them anytime you want.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
So there's just one thing, like people ask from every college, are girls allowed in the boys side, or it's a that is there, right?
Okay. So yes, girls are allowed. And then when we work in groups, the curriculum or the academic committee makes sure that in every group there is a girl. And then
Mm-hmm.
outside our classes, we have to work to complete our group projects.
Yeah,
And
that is.
those group projects are usually completed in our rooms only. So yeah, we spend a lot of time together as a group,
Mm-hmm.
which we have both girls and boys. We complete our projects together, and that a lot of time happens in a boys' room.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So
then
got.
it's not the other way around. In a girls' room, a boy is not allowed, but in a boys' room, girls are allowed.
Okay, okay. So okay, that's it for the campus thing. There are there. So for IMT, it is said that it is very good for marketing. Even people call it that it is a mecca for marketing. So I would like to emphasize more about how are the placements or opportunities in the finance, consulting, and tech area in IMT, especially the Ghaziabad. So the Ghaziabad thing.
Uh, so yes, it is true that IMT indeed is mecca of marketing. I myself completed my PGDM in marketing only. So a lot of, like most of the students who join IMT intend to complete their MBA or PGDM in marketing only. Initially, I had an inclination towards HR, but understood that like when I went through the courses, and luckily I was a full time, so I had the opportunity to shift to marketing when I realized that my actual inclination was more towards marketing. And
Yeah.
then, yes, when I talk about operations or HR or finance, like in finance, we have a lot of students, and in BFS, we have a lot of students. And the roles that you would want in your placement would depend on your CV. So if you are an engineer who completed uh, 3 years in TCS like me, there is a high chance that you will get shortlisted from uh, a company that is into technology like Microsoft, Cisco. These are the companies that I got my initial shortlist in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a fresher with some sort of internship or some sort of experience in FMCG, there is a chance that you'll get shortlisted in the FMCGs that come to the campus. But then there is no hard and fast rule. If you are somehow able to align your CV to your dream role, you will get shortlisted. So
So
if I
it
had an inclination in FMCG, I would have made efforts to like design my CV in such a way that I get shortlisted. So the shortlisting process is often done by, like usually done by an AI. What that does is it gets the CV of 600 students. What it does is it goes for like checks the keywords that are there in a CV, and then the ones that have relevant keywords, it shortlists them. So if you have already have a profile in your dream role, then perfectly fine. If you don't have, you have to find a way to align your CV, and then you will get a shortlist in that way.
okay. So I heard someone writing in the comment. I read it that how many shortlists did a student get in a year? Like if he is not
So
placed till the end, he should have there are two reasons, right? That उन्हें shortlist आया but they couldn't convert, and then there is कि भाई shortlist ही नहीं आया साल भर. So how does it work there?
I don't think there are any students जिन्हें कभी भी shortlist नहीं आया.
Mhm.
I'm not sure कि ऐसा कोई है भी,
Right,
but
right.
the students who get shortlisted after 10 or 13 around shortlisted, you get some sort of uh, period where you don't get like I'll give you an example. I didn't face that time, but then I'll give you an example. So, for example, 1 month you don't get any shortlist, so that the students who have not got any shortlist, they get the chance to at least present themselves in a company.
Got
So
it.
at least 10 to 12 is what you will get for
Hmm.
sure. After that, there will be a cool down period where you'll get
Hmm.
to revisit your concepts or like improve your learning, improve your communication. You'll get that time,
Yeah.
cool down period will be there, and then you'll get your shortlist again. So I have seen students who who were down 13 or 15 shortlists. There was a cool
Mhm.
down period, and then they got shortlisted again.
Okay. Got it. It is just about being fair to everyone. Since someone has got 12, 13
Yeah.
opportunities, and if he's not able to convert them, let them work upon themselves. And meanwhile, people who are good enough and they're not getting opportunities, they would be preferred for the time that is being called cooling period. That is how it works, right?
Yes. Yes. So there are students who by default get shortlisted. So for example, if there is someone who has 999 in their academic profile, so there is a high chance that they'll get shortlisted regardless of their communication skills or regardless of their achievement at IMT.
Right,
And
right.
yes, so I see a question 986, a bad profile. No, I don't think there is a bad profile. I have seen, like, I have my own friends who had a 50 or 55% in their 12th and then got a very good placement, like above average placement. But then, yes, you have to
I guess it
accept
is all
that you
about
will
nailing
face some
nailing the
challenges.
I guess it is all about nailing the process for which the company is you are being selected. So, if you're shortlisted, then it is all about your own concepts for that thing. For example, if you are sitting in FMCG and if you have great knowledge about the things, if you are good enough to clear GDs and PIs, you would be you would be selected. But and so the thing is, if you are if you are getting shortlisted or not in the sector that you want to working, and apart from that, it is up to you how you perform, right?
Yes, indeed, I agree. So
Okay.
a person who has a very low academic score throughout will face challenging challenges getting shortlisted. But
Yes.
once they get shortlisted, the like it's an even field then.
Yeah, so once you're shortlisted, you are standing at the start of the race with each and everyone. There is nothing that nothing as lead for someone and someone from okay. There are people asking in that if they are from non-tech background or from backgrounds as in from BSc, BA, and BCom. How does it work there in consulting and tech roles and finance roles?
So honestly, at IMT, if you are a non-engineer, you get an advantage actually. Because
Okay.
there are like not just at IMT, in every B school there are a lot of engineers and companies are actually a lot of companies are actually looking for non-engineers. So engineers get their advantages in tech roles or in roles where they specifically require engineers, and the non-engineers get uh, or the freshers from a non-engineering background get an edge in a lot of industries, including FMCG. There you get an edge over engineers.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Uh, so there are people asking in that what is considered good enough for academics and 12 for SIPs and placement. So, with your experience, what do you like? I'll be in my case. I'm from Great Lakes, Chennai, and I'm entering into my second year. So what I have analyzed and I've seen that for the shortlisting thing, it is all about the AI, and there is nothing specific that you can do. You can just build a CV around the keywords that is being provided to you for the job role, and apart from that, 10, 12th, there would be cases जहाँ पे someone with low score in 10th would get shortlisted and there would be someone जिसका 10th 12th अच्छा होगा उसे नहीं होगा, तो मतलब ये समझ में आता नहीं है, तो आप if you have any more knowledge about it बताइए.
Yeah, actually, like when I talk about these academic achievements, at this point of time, there is nothing you could do about your class 12. There is nothing you
Yes,
can do to improve your scores in class 10th or 12th or even in your graduation. So regardless of like instead of focusing on that, you can focus on the parameters that you can change,
yes,
like the courses that you have done, the case competitions that you participated in, the kind of uh, work that you had prior to doing MBA. So those things you can change. So like it's futile to think about the factors that you cannot change.
that is not in your hand. So
Hmm.
attendance and graduation marks cannot be changed, but you can work upon getting a good academic score in the college, upskilling yourself for the domain that you want to work in. And eventually people will there would be cases कि भाई हाँ ये मेरी ड्रीम कंपनी है बट मुझे यहाँ जाना है but you won't get shortlisted in it. So ये तो होता ही रहता है, that is part and parcel of the game. But if you are marketing guy, you will have 10 12 good companies to sit in and prove yourself. Is that right?
Yes, indeed, indeed. You will get plenty of opportunities. So there was a time when I wanted to get shortlisted in FMCG companies. Unfortunately, like I didn't
Mhm.
get a lot of shortlist in FMCG companies, but then I participated in a case competition over the wall
Mhm.
by Marico, and then I got the opportunity of a PPI in that.
Okay.
So there are other ways also where you can
Yes.
target the role that you want. Not just shortlisting, you can go for case competitions, or you can like upskill yourself in those areas.
Yeah, so
So
there
yeah,
are
those are the
multiple
things that
ways
you can
that you
change.
can. Yes, there are multiple ways you go and win competition and non-stop. Get
Mm.
opportunities for PPI. Then, if you are very specific about your role and each and everything, so apart from the college and on campus procedure, there are off campus ways to look for your roles and companies. Okay,
Mm.
so I guess we have covered the majority of the things. Uh, I wanted to know if I need to buy a new laptop with the latest MS Office or with an older or laptop with a bit outdated specs and lower battery work.
For this, I would say the first year at MBA, regardless of the college, is going to be very, very hectic. And you
Yes,
would
yes.
want to save each and every second of your time. And by
Hmm.
buying a laptop that processes faster, you can save your time. And you'll thank yourself post your first year if you have a good laptop. Because if you
Hmm.
don't, you'll end up spending a lot of time doing things that are not important.
Yes, yes, yes. Right. So people if you have any doubts, you can write. I'll take them. How is the financial management course in IMT being a from BSc background? What more we can do to get in the top quartile and what can we expect from the course?
So when I talk about financial management, the mentors or the faculty at IMT are really amazing. You get to learn a lot of new concepts. So I didn't do financial management, but initial few courses, I really enjoyed those courses. And I know that the faculty at IMT is amazing when it comes to financial management. And when it comes to the placements of financial management students, they get placed before marketing students. That is the scenario every year. So even when the first few students of marketing are not placed, like a lot of students from financial management get placed before itself. And when I talk about role, like massive, like there is a huge diversity in roles when it comes to financial management. So it would actually depend on your profile, your CV, whether you get
Yeah.
shortlisted for the role that you want. If there is a specific role that you're looking for, you can mention it and I'll talk about it.
Someone has asked if they're been visiting the company. Arpit, does MBB come on like campus for summers or finals at IMTG?
Tanishk, you're not audible. Could you like just
Yeah, am I audible now?
speak again?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
हाँ तो सबसे पहले Ansha Pradhan asked that she is having a heavy gaming laptop. Like how often does we have to carry laptop around the campus?
A lot of times. You'll have to carry your laptop all the time. In most of your classes, you will be required to carry your laptop. In a lot of your group projects, you will be uh, working on your laptop only. So yes, you'll have to. You'll build some muscles. So that's a plus
Yeah.
point to it. I also have a very heavy laptop, but then you
Okay.
learn at times.
Arpit, I'll officially finish the video since we have to upload it in the YouTube, and we can take in the doubts later. So I'll do that first. So firstly and foremost, thanks a lot for joining in. Thank you for giving us the insights about the campus. And me personally, and with PrepBee, we appreciate your efforts coming in here, taking your time out from your busy schedule. We were trying to schedule it from Saturday, then you were busy till 6. I was not, and then eventually we are meeting today. Sorry for the glitches and everything that happened during the meeting, and I tried to make it more as a conversation rather than an interview or something like that. So thank you for joining in, and we are very grateful for you. Grateful for joining in.
Thank you so much, Tanishk. The pleasure is all mine. I fondly remember the time when I was looking for guidance, when I was planning my MBA. So
Yes.
it's like giving back to my own younger self. So yeah, any such opportunity is a delight for me. Thank you so much, Tanishk, for this opportunity.
So that is beautifully said, as in giving back to your younger self. And there are people are looking in for seniors who can give genuine insights about the college. So you are not always about कि हाँ सब कुछ अच्छा है. You told the two things of the college and how those things work in there. And thank you everyone for joining in. Okay then. हाँ, we'll take in the doubts. Uh, Arpit, MBB come on campus for summers or finals.
So,
Hello?
Tanishk, are we taking any more questions?
Yeah, there are three, four more questions just.
All right, sure. So,
Does
if there is any company-specific question, I would suggest you to visit IMT's website. You can check
sure,
the
sure.
placement report. There you'll find a list of companies that have visited the campus. So it will
Hmm.
be easier for you and me.
Yeah, yes, yes. What about the VFS program in IMT Ghaziabad? Uh, the just the line or two on it.
Sorry.
How is the BFSI program? How does it differ from the FM and BFSI?
So BFSI, like when I talk about the course, it is a bit different from the core MBA because their exams get conducted before ours, and they have a different curriculum from the PGDM full-time students. But
Mm-hmm.
all in all, the placements happen together. They get placed with us, and then there are different set of companies that come for them, specifically for them. And yeah, it's a good course. The faculties are amazing. A lot of faculties are common for PGDM full time and PGDM BFS. So if you are interested, it is a good to go course.
Okay. A person with 42 months of work is at any kind of disadvantage? The last question.
Yes, you are at a disadvantage for the roles where companies are specifically looking for freshers. So an FMCG company, for example, at an FMCG company, you will be at a disadvantage. But if in an IT company, I'm just giving you an example, not just an IT company, but since I come from an IT background, I am able to relate to that. So in an IT company where they are looking for a person who has experience of coding for around 3 to 4 years, there you can get an advantage. So in my company, I had an advantage because they were especially looking for someone who has experience into coding who will be able to manage people who are into coding at a later stage. So yes, there are advantages and there are disadvantages for both freshers and people with higher work ethics.
Okay, okay. I guess then we are done with all these things. हो गए sir. Clear. Thank you. अभी आप where are you working now? ऐसे ही पूछना था मुझे.
I'm working at Hughes Street Corporation, uh, and my base location currently is in Gurgaon. The company is an American company which got established in 2005.
Okay. एंड अच्छा मेरा भी है लाइक मैं आई एम एट आई एम ICICI सो मतलब PPO यू कन्वर्टेड द PPO आपको मेरा भी चांस है PPO के लिए सो इज देयर एनीथिंग स्पेसिफिक दैट कोई रिकमेंडेशन वगैरह हो आपकी
My recommendation would be कि अपना SIP का जो भी तुम्हारा काम है उसको do with utmost dedication. You be true to your work. You be honest to your work. And जो भी whosoever is managing you, your manager in the company, you
या
maintain good terms with them as good as possible. You be available for them, not just complete the task that is assigned to you, but take an extra step. Uh, so, for example, if you have been given a task that gets completed in 1 hour, you can go ahead and complete an extra task without them asking you or bugging you. Limit your interaction with the senior management and like don't make them ask you a lot of questions or don't ask them a lot of questions. Introspect and then
ओके
pick up the right questions that you ask to them, and then yes, you can convert it. It is possible.
ओके भैया थैंक यू ठीक है देन वी आर डन थैंक्स अ लॉट
Ganesh. All the best. All the best to all of
थैंक
you.
यू थैंक यू थैंक यू थैंक यू यू ऑल कैन लीव द मीटिंग